has lost its way and lost its way a long time ago because of how everything is just set up now. It's just, and it's fucked up, like you said. Like a lot of people want stuff right then and there, and nobody be fact checking shit. And fact checking will get you fucked up for real, for real. Because you see what happened. Dan Rather. You remember that? Because
Yeah.
somebody did fact check. That man lost his job. He had that job for how long? 30, 40
Yep.
years?
You're right.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see, especially as going into, because we are headed into election season. It's here pretty much.
Yeah.
How people are publishing things and misinformation, and people just be riding with it. We see it on Twitter every day.
Oh, they wrote. We'll talk about that in a minute when we talk about the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But we got to get into Sir Shannon Sharpe.
I told you.
Yeah.
When you gonna learn to just listen to me?
I was just like, it's no way that could really be happening.
I told you. I was like, but it is on his live. I'm like, I told you. I told you.
Yeah, you're right.
The messed up part is, it's funny because Daryl and I just watched, it was Nightcap Live, which, you know, it's funny. You text me to say, I think this is pre-recorded, and I'm confident it was pre-recorded because if it were live, it wouldn't have rolled those ads like that. But and then there was something that happened that looked like kind of like a jump cut. So,
Right.
So I was like,
oh, jump cutting a lot.
It was jump cutting a lot, and so I was like, okay, this is not live. It is a live premiere, which are two different things.
Yep.
So
you can do it from StreamYard and not do it as a premiere in YouTube, but it still looks live because they'll ask you, do you want to take a pre-recorded video and make it live?
Mm-hmm. And so I'm gonna send Shannon Sharpe a message and just be like, hey man, that wasn't live, but it was cool or whatever. But the interesting thing about all of it is just, I appreciate his transparency and his honesty, you know, about it, because at the end of the day, like what he's saying, I wholeheartedly could believe to be true. If you open Instagram, maybe, and that was clearly the last thing he was on. And so when he threw his phone down on whatever it was, it's that easy for something to happen like that, because you never see anybody kind of like at the beginning of it, you never see anybody like walk away from whatever. It just starts and nobody's in that shot. And so what's messed up about Instagram, and I hate this, is when you literally open it, it is live. It goes to the live. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's live. Yep. And so it starts there. And I was like, what happened to when, and I know they're trying to get people to use live more and engage, especially if you have you can make a lot of money on live. If you have over a certain amount of followers, like it's 10,000 or more, people can buy badges, you can make money. Because Instagram used to open and it used to be just the post. Like you could just post, then you could swipe to the stories, then other things up. Then at one point it would open and it would start at Reels. So they'll probably change it after maybe what happened today.
Like you might need to like hit it multiple times. Are you sure? You would like to go live. You're getting to go live. Are you sure?
Yeah. And I feel like back in the day, it used to be a prompt that would ask you something like that. But I've been, I don't know, but it's just, I don't remember. But it's just so crazy because when we saw the post saying he was hacked, I was like, nigga, but you wasn't. Because we heard you, Michelle.
Hey, he was digging her AO.
Yeah, and so, but I
think he was getting some head from her too, low key.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the interesting thing is why people making a big fuss about this is because last week he went up on Ocho Cinco about being professional and being able to show up on time and saying how you want to be able to operate in these different spaces, but you fucking late. You can't be late. Don't be late to our shit. You can't be late to, ESPN shit and all this other shit. So it's like, come on, like, you knew what time we was supposed to record. You should have took a car service, because now your cousin Buki car overheating or whatever the fuck, because you cheap. And you being cheap is gonna, like, have you missing opportunities.
Because he's cheap. That's 100% it right there.
That's literally what it is, because he's cheap. But it's just wild. And so and I'm glad that he was able to kind of like have a moment and kind of and joke about it, because he, did mention on that live that he cried about that. He was like, I'm a very private person. I just didn't, know what happened. He said how it got off is like likely his assistant, because he said the guy's name, I think he said his name was Jordan or something, who likely has access from his phone to his account, and he was able to end it. And so he was able to go in that live. And so he was like, I spoke to my agent and then called ESPN, and I just told him the truth about what happened. So we still don't know if it's going to be like repercussions for this, losing of brand endorsements and different deals. And
no, man, because it wasn't no nudity. It wasn't no nudity or anything like that.
Yeah, it was just sound effects. And so, and it's funny because how he never said sex, and he was saying how he was just engaging in what do you say, activities?
Yeah, adult activities.
Adult activities, and I'm like, nigga, we grown.
Hey, when that fool, but he flipped it and put it on that one of his sponsors though, which is a dope way to do it. If you can flip it.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised he was able. I mean, I would definitely, if after I talk to ESPN and I get that together, I was like, could you lean into it and be like, don't get caught up like me on Instagram Live. But if you happen to use these Zooms or whatever you got.
Yeah, that'll be funny. You will see, because when I first saw this, I was like, when it kicked in with that sponsorship, that ad, and then again he said in the middle of them talking, he brought up that particular brand as well, and it was just like, how it make him do what it do. Yeah. So it's just interesting. It's wild. Today has just been, this week has just been chaotic. Like I just, it's only Wednesday and I am overwhelmed in an underwhelming way. Okay. Like seriously. And I just like waking up to the news that Frankie Beverly passed away. Yeah. And then it just keep going. And I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. Yeah, and that shit, it's just like a lot. And then, James Earl Jones yesterday.
Shout out to Nick Taylor, who's a St. Louis cat, man, and he passed away as well.
Yeah, it's just been a lot. And, I'm just like, dude, I text my family, like my mom and my sisters were in the chat. I said, somebody gonna check on Mel. Go check on my dad, because I just know he's sick. Like, I know my dad is sick.
That was his group?
Yeah, listen, Daryl, I can see myself now in the backseat of my dad's car, and we are on a road trip going somewhere, or him just picking us up from somewhere, playing Frankie Beverly and Maze live.
Oh, yeah. My dad was on the same thing.
And so I can see
singer and all that.
Yes. Happy feelings in the air. Happy feeling. Like, oh my God. Like I literally I had to contain myself because I almost cried. And when I was talking to my sister, and I was like, let me keep it together. Let me keep it together. And I just, man. And then I finally got a hold of my dad, and he was talking to my godfather, who has never acted as my godfather. And he was like, "I'm gonna tell him you said that." I said, "Yeah, tell the motherfucker I said that. I'm serious." And then, but yeah, he was just like, "Yeah, I know." And it was also kind of bittersweet. And I hate that I missed the show out here and couldn't get to St. Louis to see, that tour, with his goodbye tour. And what's really kind of just like, he was so tired. He had been sick, having, throat cancer. And that was him really telling us goodbye. And they interviewed him on Essence or whatever, at Essence Fest, because they did like a tribute. And he was like, "I'm going to do something in the next couple of months that's going to make y'all so proud of me." And I'm okay.
Wow.
Let me keep it together.
Wow.
And that's what he did. And this is a job well done. And that's it. Yeah. It's crazy. Damn. I'm still sick about Luther Vandross. And that was like almost 20 years ago, nigga.
It is 20 years ago. Literally almost. Shit.
I'm still sick about like Luther Vandross. Like, I can't listen to Luther Vandross without getting emotional. But I love music like that. Like, I love that music does so much. Hey y'all, if you like what you see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to hit that button right there. It'll take you to more clips, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. See you back next time.